Here is another part of my house, and in here I have planted sun gold tomatoes, and again I have onions with them. I just wanted to give the tomatoes enough space, and I didn't want it to be wasted space, so I planted onions. Hopefully that works. Kind of new at this, so not sure if it will work. I'm hoping it does. Hope the onions don't interfere with my tomatoes and vice versa. This one my brother grew from seed. This one I believe is a lime tree. We had it in a little pot and it wasn't doing very well, so we decided to buy a bigger pot. Not too big, but something definitely better than where it was. These I started from seed. These are tomatillos. Here are my naughties again. The one that's brown, his name is Patches. And the one that's white, his name is Kibbles. Kibbles is my naughtiest one. They're both naughty, but Kibbles takes the crown. So yes, these are my tomatillos grown from seed. This one, my brother also grew from seed. And this one, I believe, is going to be also a lime tree. This one was also in a very, very small pot. It wasn't doing very well, so we decided to get a new pot and replant it. And then here, this one was definitely dead. When we tried to save it, we thought it was completely dead. It was dry, crusty dry, and very, very pale. My brother said, let's give it a chance and repot it. So we did. We did repot it. We gave it some rock dust and fish fertilizer, like all of our plants, and it's come back miraculously. It still has a lot of sign of its dead leaves, and I'm hoping those will just fall. Oh, there it goes. But it made it. It's holding on. It's a tough cookie. These, I'm not sure what they're called. My mom planted these, and we've had it for about, I would say, 2 years. And the last 2 years, they have gotten flowers. It's kind of like a vine going up, and it has flowers, and then the flowers die, and then it goes dormant for a bit, and then next summer comes around, then it gives us flowers. So I'm just waiting for it to give us flowers because it's getting hot now. We are in California, Pomona, California to be exactly. I'm not sure if you guys will know what this is. Probably not, unless, like I said, we're Mexican. Unless you're Mexican, you probably won't know what this is. This is called a guaje tree. Not sure what it's called in English, but in Spanish it's called a guaje tree. And it's pods. When it grows, it creates pods, and these pods have some very strong tasting little seeds. This one is about 2.5 years old, and this is the first time that we're seeing something grow on it. I'm hoping that is one of the guajes, one of the pods that would hold those delicious seeds. I love them. They're delicious. So that's our guaje tree. This year, since it's still a baby, technically, this year it has so many little flower buds. All these are flower buds, and it has them everywhere. This year, they're everywhere. So I'm hoping it produces and it gives me some pots with those delicious seeds. This down here seems to love this place where we planted it. This is mint, and it's getting along very, very, very well with my wahid tree. Maybe because it's shaded, not sure. Pretty new at gardening. I'm learning as I go. But it seems to love my wahid tree. It's growing nice, green, and beautiful. And it's filling the bottom part beautifully. This one my brother also grew from seed. It was also in a very, very small pot. We have repotted. And this one I believe it's an orange tree. Not given anything, maybe because it was in a very small pot, but now it's been repotted and it seems to have liked its new pot. So I'm waiting for that to give us some fruit too. This one, in this one I have growing the tomato cherry sweet 100. And I've heard so much about it on YouTube. For all the tomatoes, I've heard so much on YouTube. And I decided to grow some and plant some and see how it does. I am fairly new to gardening again. And, last year I did plant a cherry tomato just to try it out. And every day I would come out and pick, I would say at least 20 tomatoes. So as of that time, I was hooked on planting, and especially cherry tomatoes, because that one was a cherry tomato and it gave me a lot. So I'm hoping these will too. And here is a lime tree, I believe. This one my brother also grew from seed. This one was also in a very, very small pot. We have repotted it, and it seems to be liking its new pot as well. Of course, who doesn't want more space? Even plants want more space. It's doing fairly well now. Here, I have more of the sun gold tomatoes. They seem to be doing really well, and one of them even started to get little flowers. So I'm hoping it will start producing soon. Here I had some flowers that I took out. These are beans. My mom just threw them into this area, not even imagining that they were really going to grow. So these are what we call our surprise beans. We don't know if they're pinto beans or black beans or what type of beans, but they grew. They're strong. They're very strong and healthy. And they have a lot of flowers, and they have already produced some fruit. So these ones are doing very, very well. Since I saw these doing very well, that my mom had just thrown on the floor and they have taken, I decided to plant 3 of my own. So those are definitely pinto beans. Those are the ones I planted. This one, a lot of people think it's a marijuana plant. It is not. I would not have that in my house. This is actually called epazote. In English, it has a very, very long name. I have come to find out through YouTube, but I don't remember the name right now. But this is called epazote. You put this most commonly on black beans as they're boiling. Once they have come to a boil and they're cooked, you can take out the leaves. I like to eat them. Not everybody does, but I do. So since I took out most of the flowers here because they weren't doing so great, and this one seems to be doing awesome, I'm gonna let it grow, and I'm gonna let it go wild in this area of my house. Here I planted more pinto beans. I love pinto beans, so 3 more plants wouldn't hurt. This is cilantro that my mother also threw. And here we have harvested, I would say at least 4 full bunches. And now it's going to seed. So can't wait for that to plant more. These poor babies, I brought them. They had about 2 flowers each. They're lilies. And my mother decided that they were so pretty that she was gonna cut them. And essentially kind of killed my plants. I'm letting them live to see if they will get strength and regrow to beautiful, beautiful lilies like the other ones I have. In the back, I have planted some carnations. They're doing pretty good. They're small, but they're there and they're growing. This one, I did a cutting from my rose, and it seems to be doing really well. It has growth right there. This one is another cutting from my rose. Seems to be doing good, has little buds. And then my naughties have gotten into my plants, I see, because there is poop. Sorry, you had to see that. This is basil. Not sure what type of basil, but somebody gave us a little cutting and we planted it, and it looks nice, healthy, and pretty. This one is also a cutting from my rose. This is my rose. My mom has tied it because on one side it seems to be growing more than the other side, and it can't really support itself. It goes to the ground. It has a bunch of little flower buds almost everywhere. I love this rose. It's so pretty. I like the two-tone. This one is red and orange. This baby just appeared here today. I'm guessing my mom brought it out. I have plants inside the house as well. This is my other lilies. I bought them small, like the ones my mom kind of killed. And they have grown humongous. And these are my radishes. I'm waiting for them to crown, I guess that's what you say, so I can harvest them. They are looking good and healthy. Here I just planted some seeds, jalapeno seeds, tomato seeds, tomatillo seeds. Another lily. They are beautiful flowers, but when they're babies, try not to cut them. More radishes. A zucchini. Chile de árbol. It has little chiles already. So happy. Hopefully we can harvest soon. Yellow zucchini. And my cucumbers. Well, my phone is dying, so I'll guess we'll give you another update pretty soon. If you have any tips for me or any advice, anything you think I should know in regards to any of my plants or just growing in general, let me know. Let me know.